Hello, my name is Anne, and this is Toby. And welcome to a Tobyknits Podcast, episode 194. If you're new, go grab a cup of tea and get comfy. You won't need a biscuit today, even though I said that last week, and we did. But that was cross stitch, so I tend to talk a lot about cross stitch. Today, though, it's all about the knitting. And while my mojo is definitely back, I still haven't done a tremendous amount of knitting. But enough, so get comfy. I also have a bit of, it's not sad, it's not really difficult, well, it is for me, but I have some news at the end. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, do I have any finished objects? No, but I do have a half finished object. And that is my spooky spider socks. Let me just get them out the bag here for you. So they are finished. This one is, look at those little spiders down there. Oh, I love them. I just love them. In the back, the heel is an hourglass heel, which I really enjoy making. I'd forgotten how much I enjoyed making that heel because it was the only time I'd used it was on this. And I got it out of a book. I feel like it was a Vogue knitting book, and it had all different styles of heels you could try. And I'd never tried this one, so I incorporated it in this sock pattern, and I really, really like it. And the toe is just your regular toe. So we've got the spiders at the top here coming down. Again, this yarn, it's hard for you to see, but there's like the strings that they're coming down on. It shows up better in a plain sock, to be honest with you. And then it's just plain all the way here till we get to the bottom, and there's all the others that have landed on the toe. So I really like it. This yarn is gorgeous. It really is, and it's lovely to work with because it's very colorful, and every stitch is almost a different color. So it's really, really nice. That was from Woolen Women Fibers, and this color is Spooky Girl Summer, and it is an 80/20 superwash merino nylon. I have started the second sock, so you can see some of the spiders have started to form. There they come. So it's funny when you haven't knit a sock for ages and then you knit it, even if whether it's your own or somebody else's pattern. I don't know, it just brings back all the lovely feels. I really enjoy this pattern. It kind of has given me an idea for something else down the road, but anyway, so that's my half finished and one of my current whips. So this is car knitting, and basically when we go anywhere in the car, I take that bag with me, or just grab it, take it with me. Isn't the fabric lovely? Obviously you can tell I got this when I was in Nova Scotia. And I take it with me when I'm in the car, and that's car knitting. It doesn't typically get a lot of love in the evenings or at home because it's car knitting. Have I said that enough yet? It's car knitting. Anybody else do car knitting? Oh, and stop. The other thing I was working on, took this to Knit Club this week. Not that one, this bag. Is my crocheted top, and I am using Reflections Linendale to knit this. I did start this as a knitting project, and I had got almost all the way up the front of the top and did not like the feel of the yarn. I didn't like how it kept knotting, like you'd pull a piece off to knit and there'd be a big knot in the middle of it, like not very well put together. So I ended up ripping it all out and starting again to make a sweater. So this is what I'm working on. I showed it you last week. I tried it on last week, so I know it's a good fit for me. And I got this far with it now. So it's coming on quite nicely. The sleeves are a little different. They do have a little pattern. And the front and back are just half double crochet. So it's really nice, and it's kind of funny because I just crochet along with it, and before I know it, I've completed a round, and I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to turn. I need to put something in, although it's pretty obvious. Here's where I am, and when I get around to there, I join this and then turn and go the other way because it makes it look better, apparently. Don't know whether it does or it doesn't, but there you go. So this is coming on nice. I do enjoy it. Now I've only got 2 of these balls left. This much has taken 3 because you know crochet always takes more yarn than what you need. So my plan, I don't mind the sleeves being this short, like they're like a cap. I don't mind that, but I wanted to use as much of, I want to use all of this to do the length. And then if I'm still not happy with where the length comes, because on me now, it just comes to past my boob. So obviously I need it much longer. So if I end up having to use most of the second one for the length, then I'm just going to leave the sleeves and then finish the edges off on them all. But if I can get the length I want out of this, then my plan is to split the last ball in half and use that for the sleeves to just make them as long as I can get them, because obviously I probably don't have as much yarn as I would if I was knitting it. So that's the Summer Breeze. I will put links below. For the life of me, I can't remember right now who designed it. So I'm not going to tell you. You'll just have to look down in the description box below. The other thing I have started back up with, and typically I'm doing this with my cup of tea in the morning before I can organize my day, is my Mitered square blanket. This is one I started, it's got to be 2 years ago. And the original idea came from the Battenberg blanket that somebody had crocheted. I think that's a crochet one, I'm not sure. And it's white color, so, you know, you get like this kind of effect. And I had got some beautiful yarn I had been getting from Ellie of Craft House Magic each month. And so I started doing all the colors that she sent me for that month in the blanket. And there were 5. So I did 5 of the colors and then 5 whites in between. And I was going to just do a crib blanket. But then I thought that's a lot of work for a crib blanket for a baby that's not going to use it long, even though I love my grandbabies. So then I thought, no, so I put it away. And then I just got it out because I was talking to Hannah the other week on Zoom, and she's in Sweden, I think. I think you're in Sweden, aren't you? I forget, let me see. Did I write down where she was from? If I don't write things down, I'm rubbish. Yeah, she's in Sweden. And she was working on her Mitered square blanket, and I thought, oh gosh, I think I'm going to get mine out again and start working on it. And what I had done was, because I had decided I wanted to work on it some more, at the beginning of the year, I had started going down with the colors from Ellie. So I think that was one, that there's like the 5. Instead of putting them in between, and I'm just going to leave the white in the middle, so that will have like an effect. And then I'm coming down and putting one whole diamond, one whole diagonal all the way through the blanket, so that's where that white is. And so I got all the way down here. I did this whole one edge in January, and you know, I was doing great guns until I think May, and then I got fed up with it and put it away. And I think I had got as far as there on it. And of course, this is another 5 colors. And so I picked it up and started again. And I was on this one. I had just cast that one on. And then I've done this one as well. Or it was that way. I don't remember. Maybe it was this way. I was halfway on that one. Yeah, I was halfway on that one, and then I added this one. So it's, I'm going to have to do my ends because it's going to be difficult to keep going. Although maybe I can, because I'm going around this edge now, right? I'll be going down here next. And then along the bottom there, and then I'll be back to that, and then I'll start going again all around. And I've got loads of ends of yarn, like up there, and one of these things is the full of yarn. And although I want to try to continue on with the colors that were from Ellie first, so that I can see that these were all the Ellie colors and all the Craft House Magic colors, and then I will just add the other yarn I've got to just make it bigger and bigger and bigger. So yeah, I think that's what I'm doing, and I'm enjoying it. It's nice to get back to it. They don't take that long. I can get one done in 2 days, one square, because again, I only do it when I'm sitting having my cup of tea. So it's not a big deal. And I've got all my other colors in here to figure out what color to work on next. So that's good. And then while I was at Knit Club, one of the girls who I'd met earlier, she had given me a drive to the doctor's because I don't drive, as you know, and my doctor's is in the next town over. Bob was working, so my lovely friend Phyllis drove me to the doctor's appointment, and after we went to Tim Hortons and had a cup of tea. And she had her Musselburgh and I just have my socks. And I was thinking, I gotta get Bob's Musselburgh going. And it was funny because later that day we had to go back into the village, into town. And Bob said, what are you working on? I said, oh, my socks. And he said, who are they for? And I said, they're for me. And he went, ugh. And I said, well, what? Do you want more socks? And he says, no, I got plenty of your socks. He says, I wear them all the time. He said, I need my hat. I'm like, oh yeah, the hat. So I pulled out his Musselburgh, which I had got about as far as here when you last saw it, maybe. And no, here, I was here. So I had got that much done. And this is some yarn that my friend at Knit Club gave me, which is lovely. And I thought it went perfect for Bob. So yeah, so this is the Musselburgh that I'm doing for him. And where's that? Oh, it's all stuck on the bird. There we go. So I picked it up at Knit Club and I was there, and what I think I'll do is once the car knitting sock is done, my plan is to make this car knitting so I can get it finished for him for the winter months coming. It's lovely yarn. There was no label on it when she gave it to me, so I have no idea what it's called, but it's very soft. It's lovely. It's going to make a lovely hat for him. So yeah, that's all I've been knitting on. So I have done some knitting, but not a great deal, because as you know, I love cross stitching more. Did I start the ghost? No. I did get it out and look at it, but I don't think I have enough white for some reason. I looked through the bag and I'm like, where's all the white? So unless it's somewhere else in a different bag, which is very likely, I have to go root him for it, but I haven't started the ghost, and I don't even know if I will now. Although, yeah, I might still have time to finish it. Yeah, I probably will. Plans for October. October is going to be dreadfully busy. And I wasn't even sure if I was going to continue to record anything in October, just because I'm going to a cross-stitch retreat for 4 days, the first weekend of October. I have a Fiber by the Locks craft show that I'm vending in with my bags and my yarn on the 19th of October in the village here. And then I'm going to Nova Scotia for 10 days. At the end, I'll be there for Sean's birthday and Halloween with the littles. So I'm super excited. I can't wait. I actually already know what the lovely Leo's going to be. They already bought his costume. He's fireman, because he's obsessed with fire trucks. And I feel like Sunny got one too. I'm not sure, the sweet Sunny. Obviously I will still take knitting with me when I go there, because sometimes it's easier for me to sit and knit when I'm there, and especially on the plane and in the airport when you're just sitting around waiting. But anyway, I was not sure if I wanted to record, and here's why. When I was at the doctor's, I just found out that I have type 2 diabetes now. I've been struggling with it for 12 years, I think, where I was pre-diabetic. And in my mind, that meant nothing. Oh, you know, eat what you like. You can have as many chocolate biscuits as you like, you know. And I was not really paying any attention. Sometimes I would use it to my advantage. And I'd say, oh, I can't have that, I'm diabetic. But most of the time, I ate what I wanted. I didn't really pay attention. And since I've stopped working, I do not exercise. I am the laziest person in the world, and I spend most of my time sitting around in my craft room or on the couch. I don't do anything. I walk the dog twice a day for 10 minutes. You know, come on, Anne. Anyway, my grandmother was type 2 diabetic, and her brother, so it's hereditary. It's in my family. I knew it was coming. I don't think my mom was. I don't think she was, but I know my nan was. She took tablets. So I was pretty upset when I found out. My doctor had given me 3 months because she wanted to put me on the tablet for it 3 months ago, and I said no. And she said, I'll give you 3 months to get your sugar back down. And of course, I thought I did. I thought I was trying. But obviously I wasn't, because it didn't come down. So now I have to take tablets and, you know, watch what I'm eating and exercise. That's what she kept going on about. 30-minute walk a day and exercise. Oh, gosh. So anyway, I'm trying to get my head around it. I'm trying to figure out what I can and can't do, what I'm comfortable doing and not doing. There's going to have to be a biscuit involved with a cup of tea. There's just no way I can not have a biscuit with a cup of tea. Not happening. Anyway, I thought I was going to just take the month and just have a think. And, you know, try to plan stuff. But then I thought, well, I can still do that and still record my normal every 2 weeks for you guys. So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm still going to. Unless I feel like I don't have enough knitting to show you, then of course I won't. So I will be back on the 6th and the 20th of October. So that's after my retreat and before I go away to Nova Scotia. And we'll just go from there. But yeah, that's about it really. I have no new stuff to show you, and yes, I've been feeling very sorry for myself the last 2 days. Very, very sorry for myself. But hey ho, you know, I'm starting my new diet routine, or whatever you want to call it, on Monday. Starting my exercises. We're going into Smith Falls, and on Monday there's a rink there that Bob's going to go. Hello, Bob. He's going to go skating, and I'm going to walk the track. They have a walking track. So we're going to try and do that and, you know, see what we can do. Anyway, yeah, I was really bummed. I can't even tell you how bummed I was. And the tablets are there. I have no idea if they're working. I've been taking them a few days, and it kind of has messed my stomach up a little bit, but I think it's getting better. You know, you got to give it time, right? Got to give everything time. Anyway, crafting is my savior, so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go and get this uploaded, and I will see you for knitting in a couple of weeks, and I will be back on Wednesday for cross stitch. Yes. Okay, see you then. Bye.